Hello, how are you friends? This is a new video from your K2 Creative channel. This time we will install an Epson L1300 printer. Let's get started. Here we have the disk to install this printer. Here we have the power cable. And this is the data cable. What must be connected here is a data cable that is connected to the printer, and USB mode connects to the computer. We are going to introduce the software that comes on this disk. Okay, once the disk is inserted, we are going to double click on the unit so that it opens and the installation will begin. The license agreement will not come out here, in which they will indicate several clauses, and we will have to accept the content of the contract. Now the installation options of this software do not come out. These two options are, install the latest version which is recommended. The second option is monitoring of the product status and automatic updates which is also recommended. So we will select from these two boxes and press next. Now the installation is being prepared and it will be very fast. Okay, now we find this window to select the software installation, which gives us two options: reinstall the essential software. Select this option if you want to reinstall the software and change your printer settings. Or the other option is to install the application software. We will only check the reinstall the essential software box and press next. Now a bit of information will not come out, in which in section number 4 it tells us that, by default, your printer has a power management function which reduces the consumption of the equipment when it is not being used, thus saving a lot of energy. We downloaded the Make Color profile to work with a very good print quality for the sublimation process. So to download this color profile, what you are going to do is go to the description of this video, in which I will leave you the link so that you can download it for free. Okay, now there is another window that tells us to confirm that your printer is turned on and connect it to the computer using a USB cable. As soon as the computer finds your printer, the following screen will open. Okay, so how do we already connect this data cable from our printer? What we are going to do is connect the power cable and turn on the printer. Now we will connect the USB data cable to our PC, and how can you see? Software installation and USB configuration were successful. It would be very good. Now this window does not appear. From here we can print a test page, and we will. So we are going to prepare our printer to be able to do the test printing. We will use a sheet in A3 format, and if I had not mentioned this printer, it prints a width of 33 cm that will help us a lot for the sublimation process. If you are starting in this sublimation process, this will be very helpful. This printer is super efficient. Here is the page we test printed, and the print is excellent. Okay, now we will give next in this window, and the online product registration will not appear, which tells us thank you very much for buying Epson. Please register your product. Select your country and region. In my case, the country and region selection will be Ecuador. We will press next, and here it tells us about additional software. On the next screen you will have the opportunity to install other software applications. We press next. We will wait for 1 second and clever. In this window you are looking for software updates. And here we have some additional useful software, which would be the Epson manuals, and this other software that we will install. Once ready, we will press exit. Now in our Photoshop program, we will configure the printer. First we will select our Epson L1300 printer. Now we go to print settings on the main screen. We will select the paper size. As I had mentioned, the maximum width of this printer prints is 329 millimeters. so I will use 315mm as the print area. And the length of the paper, the printer prints a maximum of 1117.6mm, so I will put the length of the paper 1117 and we will press accept. Use the normal paper type, the quality will be a high quality, and we will continue to the more options tab. In more options we will select the color correction in custom, more options, and without color adjustment. Additional settings, we can see that the only Castile that is selected is bidirectional printing. What does it mean? That the head prints back and forth. So we will select only this box in bidirectional. Okay, now we return from the main page and we press accept. The configuration of the printer will be ready. In color management, we will select that Photoshop manages the colors. The printer profile, as I had already mentioned, we will choose from the Make Color profile. Here we will select normal printing. In interpretation it will be perceptual. In compensation of black point we will mark the box and it would be ready. Okay, friends, that would be all. I hope you liked this video. Do not forget to subscribe so that you do not miss future content that I will be uploading.